Welcome to Hitman Shaving, where we are filming our second episode. Today we're actually going to do a shave. Today we're going to use the Vanderhagen safety razor. Get this out there so you can get a good view of it. And this is a butterfly. This opens up and you set the blade in. And for a blade, today I'm going to use, also same company, the Vanderhagen blades. Now, I'd like to explain a little bit more in detail about what wet shaving is. Wet shaving, of course, you use a safety razor or use a straight razor, which I have not done yet. I'm a little afraid to. This is called a DE blade. Comes right out of this package, so you can see it better. It slips right out, and when you're done, you just, done with the blade, just slip it into the back of it like a little blade bank. And then when you fill that up, just throw this whole cartridge away. Because you do not want to throw just these blades away, because they can be very dangerous. So you pull this out. It comes in like a wax paper, and well, first I'm going to open up the butterfly. Comes in this little wax paper. You just open it up and be very, very careful. These blades are very sharp. I've been using Vanderhagen for a while now. It's probably the very first blade I ever started using. Vanderhagen is made in Germany. It's ice-tempered stainless steel. Okay, you take the butterfly safety razor, take the blade, and you just set it right on in there. Just like so. And then you take and you close it in again. And today for soap, I'm going to use my Parasso. It's my favorite soap. It's an Italian. This is I believe it's a spearmint. Oh, and it definitely has a really good cooling effect. Well, I'm going to get some water on this. And I'm going to set it down and let it soak for a few seconds. And then my brush. This is my soaking bowl for my brush. And today for a brush, I'm going to be using the boar hair brush that you saw in the introduction video. I'm smelling it because, you can't smell it anymore, but when you use animal hair, it tends to have an odor to it when you first use it. But after you've used it several times, that odor goes away. So don't be afraid of that. Let's take this. Now, a friend of mine, this is a shout out to him, from Ken Serves Shaving. He uses a skull bowl. It's a candle holder that he soaks his brush in. I think he got it from Home Goods, so it's a shout out to you. And he inspired me to start this channel. So let's soak that for a few minutes. And then let's get started. I think it's soaked long enough. I'm going to take this, I'm just going to pour out the water. Now, most importantly, before I start, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Oh, man. Because it is cold out today. I believe I live up in South Dakota. I'm from Florida, but I'm cold. I think it's just below 0. So, you just Get a good lather up. That's creating a really good lather today. And it's something that I do. That's a lot of guys do, and I don't have a good bowl yet, but or a scuttle or whatever you want to call it. So I just use a soap dish for now. And I'm kind of partial to soap dishes because I own a company called Hits Soaps and More, and I make handcrafted soap. This is a plug here. This is my vanilla coffee bean. It smells so good. And I also have the scentless Castile soap. And several of those soaps. This is all I have on display here, though. And this is an all-purpose soap. I usually use it for stain remover. And that's part of what my laundry base is. I also make laundry soap. So I take that, and what I did around the bowl, with the soap, is I loading the brush. Take it, and now you want to create a lather. And it takes a few minutes, well, a few seconds anyway. Some people spend several minutes loading their brush, and then several minutes creating a lather, and that's not that big of a deal to me. But before I get started, I'm going to wet my face. Some hot water. And then one thing that I always do, and this is a pre-shave, it's a pre-electric shave, but maybe this is just out of habit, because I am a creature of habit. I just put a little bit there, and Parasso has a pre-shave lotion that's really good. Okay, now, oh yeah, the lather's really nice today. And I mean, you really got to be careful, because this is going to become addicting. Now, why wet shaving? Why not just go to the store and buy one of the cartridge razors and just use that every day? Well, there's several reasons for me, and this is for me. I mean, some of this is backed up by science, but I'll explain that here in a minute. The cartridges in a cartridge razor, they're, number one, men, gentlemen, you know how expensive those are. My cartridges my blades for these are so inexpensive, and I think 10 comes in a pack. Might be 5, I'm not sure. Comes in a box like this. It's 5 premium blades. And it costs like $1 something, or maybe $2 for 5 of them. And for 5 cartridges in like a Mach 3 or whatever you use, they can be upwards to like $30 for 5 of them. And I don't have that kind of money. But you pay for them, And so, but it would also, this has just become a really awesome hobby. Okay. I got the blade in there. I want to make sure that it is centered and everything looks real good. Okay, let's do our first pass. I don't want to get too cocky here and speed up. It does take it down. But I'm using one blade here, and it gets it down. And I feel like the razor companies and the blade companies have really been lying to us a lot about the fact that you need 5 blades on one razor, and I just do not believe that is true. For here, I do 1 pass with 1 blade, and it all but knocks it down. You do 1 pass, that long pass like I just did, with like a Mach 3 or this or that has like 5 to some of them have 6 blades, and you're just wasting your time to me. But some people have to use the cartridges because they have sensitive skin. I understand that. So every once in a while I will throw in a cartridge, but it's not going to be a high dollar cartridge razor because I'm not a fan of them. And so, but what I'll do here is I'll use some products that that I really like, and even if I don't like them, I'll try them the first time. If I don't like them, well, I'm not going to use them again. And the thing about this, I can use this side and spin it around, and use the other side. Because they are called DE blades for a reason, double-edged. Okay, let's do this again. I always do 2 passes. I usually just do 2 passes, but for these videos I might just do 3. And I really feel that the shave soap, it's soap, number 1. It does have sodium hydroxide in it, just like your all bar soap does. This soap does not come from an aerosol can, so it's not 90% air just laying on top of your skin, not doing anything. This gets into your skin, it lifts the hair up and really helps you get a closer shave, I think. And I think you can get more shaves out of 1 puck of soap than you can a can. Alright, let's start again on my second pass. On my second pass, I'm going to go sideways. And some people will tell you, don't go sideways. Well, that's not true. It isn't, it isn't. So, you really want to feel, like before you're shaving, especially for you young bloods out there, feel where your hair grows. Because not everybody's hair grows out and down. I mean, I have some spot where it grows sideways and this way, and calyx and on your face. And so, and yes, I believe you can shave against the grain. Of course, I would not do that on my first pass. Absolutely not. And then if you do get razor burn or little nicks, I mean, I have a few tricks for that and a few things that I use, which I'll introduce you to here in a minute. Hear the feedback on that. These Vanderhagens are really good. And these Vanderhagens, the reason I went with this one first, is because you can, I kind of call that a supermarket shave. So Vanderhagen soap, which I do not have any right now. I need to get some more. But the blades and the razors, you can get at Walgreens, or we don't really have any Walgreens up here, but in Florida we did. You can get them at Walmart, Kmart when they were open. I'll be careful on that part because I always cut myself if I'm not careful. So talking while I'm doing my neck and my chin down there may not be the best idea. Okay, that's the second pass, and I could stop here. But for all the other YouTube channels that I watch, people like to watch a longer shave, so I will do that. And this is going to be a longer shave, I think, also because it's an introductional shave, so... I mean, just find what works for you. Now, Vanderhagen has a puck, but they also have a shave butter, and I do not believe I haven't actually tried this. I usually use it sometimes. I haven't tried it for a shave, but I have put it on before I shaved, kind of to help with slickness. But you don't need to brush for that one. Okay, now I'm going to go against the grain. The feedback you hear from the razor cutting the hair has drastically quieted down, and that's because it has almost all the hair is gone. Flip it around. Rinse it off with the hair out. And you know, it's so easy to get hair out of a DE blade and razor. It is one of those curled, newfangled cartridge razors. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my towel. I'm going to wipe it off. Did I get it all off? A buddy of mine always has trouble on his videos. He always leaves it behind his ear. And people actually comment on that. You'd be so surprised. Okay, well, the actual shaving is done, but I am now going to use what's called an alum bar. And that's an alum bar, and it fights razor burn. Just pull it right out. And I run this under cold water. And this will help tighten up your pores, and if you have any nicks, ooh, it's cold. Any nicks or anything, or your razor burn will help fight that. It'll help close up your pores, and there we go. Old barber's trick. Kind of dried off a little bit. This is a cool towel. Dried kind of get that dried off a little bit. Now, the last thing I do is use an aftershave. Now, this is a Perasso balm, aftershave balm, and I believe it's alcohol-free. And I always start with that as a base. Just get a little bit on your hand. And that feels... Oh, that feels amazing. But I like the burn of a good alcohol-based shave. And so I did say this was a supermarket shave, so I'm going to use Skin Brazier for the actual aftershave. It smells really good. Definitely one of my favorite scents. And that will probably conclude the shave. Skin Brazier original aftershave, and smells very good. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in today, and I apologize how long it was, but I promise that my other shaves will not be this long. It's just kind of an introductional shave video. And so, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.